What's going on? And welcome back to my channel. Let's go, let's go, let's go. For each one of you watching this video can help reach someone else out there who doesn't know about my channel and is in need of support, encouragement, enlightenment, or even just awareness about kidney donation and what is life like living with one kidney. You watching this video can subscribe to my channel so that you can stay up to date with all the latest activities and posts that I have, as well as share my posts so that others out there who is in need of the support, encouragement, or just awareness can receive it. Right here, let's go! So I recently asked my followers on my Instagram page what they would like to see in my next video. So let's get into it. So our operation was on the 21st of May, which was on a Tuesday, and we had to book in to the hospital on Monday at 12. And you know that you have to prep up your bag, you have to have your essentials like pajamas, you know, your toiletries and so forth. So that was on the first day we booked in to the hospital. I had no idea what to expect, but nonetheless there I was walking in with my bag, with my mum's and with my sister and my father. And the first set of formalities that I had to go through was doing a pregnancy test, just to ensure that nothing has changed since the last test that I've done. From there we were then assigned to our wards. We first went to the general ward. I went into a room with 5 other patients and my mother went straight into isolation. We're told that we can change into our pajamas, become familiar with the setup and layout of the hospital, and that is exactly what I done. Spent most time with my mom in her room because I wasn't emotionally and psychologically ready for what was to come the next day. And so being close to her and being close to my father was where I needed to be. And later on that day I had to go for just a final X-ray scan to make sure that nothing has moved around from the previous scans that I had done. And I had to do just one more blood sample. At some point my mother also had to start taking an anti-rejection medication. We all knew from that point that there was no turning back. And then later on, the surgeon came and spoke to both my mom and I about the procedure and how she would go about doing it. And I had a whole messed up idea of where they would cut me and how they would remove it. And when she spoke about that, it was like, oh wow. I mean, people still ask me today, where's your cut? And they show me on their body where they think the cut should be. And I'm just like, no. She wouldn't say that I had a whole organ removed from my body by the position of my scars. And I'll show that in my next video. To have spoken to the surgeon, you know that, oh wow. I'm going! Ah! Then we were left to our own doings after that. I tried to watch BBC in my bed. I was given a very comfortable pink gown that made me look like a marshmallow. So I was quite comfortable. Towards the evening, we were served our supper for the night, which was very delicious, mind you. And after I'd eaten, one of the nurses came to us and explained that we need to now start with our antiseptic body wash. Do it 3 times before we go to bed, 3-hour intervals. She gave us a specific body wash, a towel as well as a cloth to wash with. The first one was at 6 o'clock, the second one was at 9, the third one was at 12. And each time we had to change over our towels and our cloths that we washed with. And then once that was done, we went to bed. I really struggled to fall asleep. There was a lot that was going on through my mind. A lot of questions that I had. So much uncertainty. I then at some point asked the nurse, can I just have a sleeping tablet? Never taken one before. Can I just, please, I need to sleep. And I was given a sleeping tablet, which I fought till the very end. My body did not want to leave. Eventually I fell asleep and I woke up at 6. The anaesthetist being there with my mother and father, and she had a chat with me about what she's going to be doing once she was done. I was able to just spend some time with my parents before the porter came and fetched me. The porter stand there knowing that I need to be wheeled away was unbelievably overwhelming. Nothing in my entire life ever prepared me for that moment. A swarm of anxiety, doubt, fear filled my entire being. And I just very silently changed, not even being fully present in the moment. Got into my bed and was pushed into the hallway. My parents stood on both ends, and only then did it sink in that I am about to go into surgery and be operated on, and a kidney that I was born with and is completely and 100% fully functioning is going to be taken out of my body. My dad, who was very pleasant, took a snap of me. As the porter came again to fetch me and wheeled into the preparation room where they used you up, I was then given one of those theatre caps to put over my head and was wheeled into the doors where my parents could no longer be by my side. And man, oh man, what a time. My biggest fear, I think, was, am I going to wake up? Going to see my parents again? Am I going to see my family? Am I going to be able to go home? And then in that space of the room that I was then pushed into, those moments are very, very vague, but they were prepping me. Following that, I then was pushed again into another hallway where I waited outside for a bit. I saw the friendly anaesthetist face through the window to see if I'm there. And the doors opened and I was pushed into another smaller room. It was basically the room leading into the theatre room. I recalled back on Grey's Anatomy. Yeah, that big white light that you see when people are operated on, and I was like, snap. The anaesthetist came, and one of the most painful things that I've ever experienced in my entire life is when they inserted the drip into the least likely place that I ever thought that it would go. They put it over here and I still have the scar. There was about 3 different needles that was put in over here. This pain was like even more hectic than the pain that I experienced recovering after the op. This was so swollen after the needles came out, and it was pink and it was blue and purple and yellow, and it was just so sore to the touch. Shortly after my time in that room where they were just prepping something, they then pushed me into the theatre room. By that time I was barely awake. Then pushed my bed directly next to the operating bed, and then they all lifted me onto this bed. They put a blanket over me and they blew up this mattress below me, like inflatable heated mattress, and I started feeling nice and warm, and then I was gone. The next thing I know, wake up in ICU, and that's a wrap. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel. Thank you for watching this video. I hope that you will stay tuned for the next videos. That's the whole